yesterday by mistake we just forgot to inform that the link will be the same for all the 6 days.
Yes.
So somebody was asking me, is the same link or a different link? So it's the same link for all 6 days till Friday. Just for information. Thank you.
Anyway, there was that ID and password is there. We can do it from there also.
Yes, sir. Yes, very true.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
नयाँ मान्छे भन्नुभएको हजुरले म हिजोदेखि जोइन हुनु पनि हिजो लेट भएर सर
ए हजुरको नाम के पर्यो?
बिमला हो मलाई।
ए हिजो आउनु भएन?
हजुर सर त्यही भएर अहिले हजुर कुरा गरेर जस्तो लाग्यो त्यही भएर भने।
ए होइन हामीले चाहिँ अहिले के भनेको भने अब पर्सिको सेसनको लागि चाहिँ हाम्रो लर्निङ डिफिकल्टिज र लर्निङ डिसेबिलिटीको लागि चाहिँ सेसन हुँदैछ अनि आज यहाँहरुको कुनै त्यस्तो खालको केसहरु छ भने चाहिँ त्यो केस भनिदिनु भयो भने चाहिँ हैन च्याट बक्समा लेखिदिनु भयो भने चाहिँ देन डे आफ्टर टुमोरो इट विल बी इजियर फर अखिला म्याम टु ट्याकल द इश्यूज समहाउ त्यो त्यति भनेको चाहिँ सो डोन्ट वरी म्याम सो हाम्रो यो जति रेकर्डिङहरु छ हाम्रो युट्युब बनाएर देन विल शेयर विथ एभ्रीबडी
ए हुन्छ सर
मिस भए पनि केही प्रब्लम हुँदैन अलिअलि मिस
ओके सर
हस् थ्यांक यू So I think Pradeep sir, you can carry on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And you can just introduce yourself and just carry on with the presentation. So,
Person sir.
Yes sir, Ranjan sir.
Maybe alikiti time राख्ने कि sir participant आउने कम बाकी नै sir.
ए हो र होइन?
It's just 29% only.
Yeah, 29, 28. 29.
We are exceeding from the 41%.
40 were there. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
If we all become punctual, then this won't
We can
happen.
start on time and end on time.
Yeah.
What we would request is, let's make use of this time to put up the questions related to learning disabilities.
Yeah,
That's fine.
difficulties,
That's fine.
yeah.
So that we will save time during the session later.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But this time during the session, we are discussing about the STSS program, ma'am.
Today we are not discussing about learning disabilities. Today
No, even though the participants are coming, no? So.
Yeah, it's fine. Like whoever is there, if you put it up, because we also need to write note down what are the messages that are there.
So any participant have any questions and requirement? So you can ask to Purnima ma'am.
I have a short question. Purnima ma'am, namaskar.
Okay, you keep it.
Namaste.
I'm from Kathmandu, Nepal.
Okay, namaste.
I have a short question. I have two kids, and one is this around 6 years old. When I tell him to do something, he ignores every just orders. But after some times or some minutes or some hours, he follows that rules. He follows me. But at the time of telling, at the time of just saying to study or do something, that time he ignores all the orders from my side. So what is the causes of just doing like that of the behavior? Is it related to your study or not?
Okay, I think Akila ma'am would be, would be willing to talk here because she works with behavioral things and stuff. But usually from my side, what I have observed, even with my son who is around 7-year-old, is that when we tell them to do, they find it hard to follow our orders because they feel it is an order. But when we talk to them in such a way that they take up the responsibility and they will tell that, okay, I'm going to do this. If we make them tell that, then they will definitely do it. So that kind of inhibition I have observed. But if there is anything particular, Akila ma'am, would you like to take up that question?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So it means that not
One
child.
second. Can they repeat the
uh,
question? What did they say? I was not.
Yes, ma'am. Like
Huh.
the child is 6 years old, and when they try to, when we tell them do this, do that, and we give rules or set rules for them to
Yeah. Mhm.
immediately he doesn't do it, but after some time he will do it. He will follow all the rules and stuff, but not immediately. So
Okay.
what may be the reason and how to handle that?
Is that happens every time or sometimes? That also we need to check.
It happens every time, ma'am.
Every time.
Every
Okay.
time.
Only with academics it happens, or any small instructions you are giving, or sudden reaction, or what you mean is he is not going to react immediately. That is what the issue is. Is it?
Academically, he does not follow my orders.
Okay.
But
Instructions he won't
sometimes
be following, is it?
yeah, when I say to do homework or classwork or to study, he ignores me. But sometimes other work he follows me. He is not interested in studying right now or what. That is the just from my side. He is not interested in study, so I don't call him. And but sometimes I feel it is not good. It is not going well. So that I try to just make him understand. After some time, after some just minutes or some hour, he started working or doing that.
Okay. It takes some time, right?
It takes some time, but immediately he does not follow me.
Okay, fine. Okay, that you leave it apart. Okay, after he starts, will it be the pace or the time he takes? Will it be normal, or he takes his own sweet time? How is it?
It is just it can be normal now.
Normal. Okay, only to start he takes little time.
It takes around half an hour or 25 minutes. It takes time to just follow my order.
See, that is what in my going to tell you what are all the causes, symptoms, and what is the background. There are so many things. For one small reason, you can't conclude that my child is like this, like that, and all. Okay, this is maybe due to his mood, or maybe he has to accept, okay, I need to do now. Mentally, he has to ready himself. Maybe the child is taking its own time. But after that, his work is not slow, or response is not slow in the sense. So you need not really worry about it. Okay, see, I'll tell you, when you understand the symptoms, causes, and after knowing completely about the disability characteristics, I think you are able to really judge yourself.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
in my talk, sure, I'll be doing that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we should start now, because
Yes,
we
sir,
have
there are
waited enough.
37 participants.
Yeah. So few may be
Let
joining.
others join later. Not an issue.
Yeah. Please carry.
Yes. Good evening, participants. Good evening, participants. I am Pradeep Kumar, teacher trainer based in Bangalore. I thank Parashuram sir for introducing me yesterday itself, so that I can start the session immediately now. I was a teacher, and teacher turned into a resource person or a teacher trainer. So we all belong to same fraternity. So I request all of you to feel free to interact with me. And if you have anything to ask, please feel free. You can use chat box, or you can directly ask me in today's session. So today the topic given to me is experiential learning. So it's a very vast thing. It's a very big thing. So I've been given 2 hours of time to deal with this subject. So I'll try my level best to do what is possible from my side. So I'm glad to note that yesterday, in Dr. Purnima's session, she made a mention of this experiential learning. So we'll take this concept from there. Now, before I give my views on experiential learning, I wish to hear from the participants, because this experiential learning is not a very new term. So yesterday also she talked in brief about this. So I wish to hear from the participants what you think is experiential learning. Please feel free to interact, then we can proceed further.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
I think learning from doing for the small kids, experiential learning means like children will do first.
Yes.
And they will learn.
Yes, you mean to say learning by doing. Absolutely right. Absolutely correct. Any other views? Any other views on that?
Learning by doing and reflecting on the experience.
Very good point. Very good point. You added one more, that reflecting on learning. So that is very important. So the child should know what is he or she learning and how he or she is learning and all such things. That comes under reflection. Fine, fine, good, good. I would like to hear from one more participant. Then I'll go to my definition of experiential learning.
Sir, there are a few things coming in the chat box also, if you can check.
Oh, sorry. So, yeah, getting into field and do activities and then learn from it. Nice, that's nice. Learning by doing, yeah. So getting into field, I mean to say, you explore the real life experiences and learn. That's fine. So these are your views. So my definition is not a different one from what you all said just now. So experiential learning is the process of learning by doing, by engaging students in hands-on and minds-on experiences, and someone rightly pointed out, reflection. They are better able to connect theories and knowledge learned in the classroom to real-world situation. I think you made the definition complete by giving your opinions on this. So it is learning by doing, engaging students. See, each and every occasion, how do you engage students in the classroom or outside the classroom? There should be some thinking, there should be some physical activity, there should be some task given to them. So they do something and learn, and also some scope for reflection on what they are actually learning. And whatever the theory part is there, if that is well connected to the real world situation, so the experiential learning is a package. So here we have learning by doing, engaging students, connect theories and knowledge to the real world situation. So how we do this is, please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. I don't know. Yeah. So this is the overall picture of experiential learning. Now the next question is, why is it important? See, anyway, we have seen children learn things in the classroom. They write examination, they get good marks, 100%. Result is achieved. Why is experiential learning important? Now I want a few to share your views on this. Why is it important?
The experience, may I speak, sir?
Please.
Okay. When you go for the traditional pedagogy of teaching, the teacher become active and the student become inactive. But then when you go for the experiential method of teaching, student become active, and then teacher becomes a mentor, and then facilitate the teaching process.
100%.
Learning process.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. So if you want your learners to be active learners in the class, we need to go for this experiential learning in the class. Yes, completely agreed. Any other views?
I think, in my opinion, they can grasp the concept.
Exactly. See, the better understanding of the concepts is possible when we give them the experiences. So that is another advantage of experiential learning. Fine. I take one more opinion and proceed from there.
It's we used to call it active learning. So
yeah,
it keeps long-term memory.
And exactly, sir. Exactly. It helps to understand the concepts better, and they need not memorize the things. So it is there. The retention will be very high when they learn through experiential ways, methodology. Fine. So these are the points, and the answer for that is this. Some of you must be knowing about this. So Edgar Dale in 1969 gave this cone of experience, or you call it as cone of learning. This image will tell you why experiential learning is very, very crucial in education. See, it is in the triangle shape, you could see there. So I want you to look at it and comment on that. What did you get out of this image? Please observe the image. I give time, 10 seconds time, and then you can react.
The pyramid shows, may I speak, sir?
Please.
Yeah, the pyramid shows that if we ask the children to read, the learners to read, in that case, they grasp only 10% of what they have read or what they are given to learn.
Fine.
And if they are just made to hear, in that case, they will be able to comprehend 20% of what they hear. And if we make them to see, in that case, they will be able to grasp 30% of what they have been shown. In the same way, if they are made to see and hear, in that case, they will retain or understand 50% of what they have seen and heard.
Fine.
If they are participated in discussions and giving talks on what they have learned, in that case, they will be able to understand and comprehend 70% of what they say and what they are supposed to learn. Exactly. But then if they are going for this presentations and simulation and real life experiences and doing the things in real world, in that case, they will be able to understand 90% of what they do and what they say.
Exactly, sir. This is the essence of this cone of learning. So you gave a wonderful answer. So I am very happy about that. So that is why the shape is triangle. See,
excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
May I add some my views?
Please.
Okay, sir. But suppose recently sir described that pyramid, right, sir? But I think, in my opinion, this is not appropriate for all, because I learned about child psychology that every child or every people have their different learning style.
Yeah,
right, sir? Every people have their different learning style, right? Yes. Some people learn through auditory, and some people learn from visual, and some people learn from experiment or kinesthetic, right, sir?
True.
But but in rare case, in one person, these three learning style is have. Okay. Then auditory is not enough for the visual learner, and kinesthetic is not enough for the auditory learner. In my views, we have to taught them according to their learning style. Okay, exactly. First of all, first of all, we have to find out the learning style of the students.
Yes.
According
Agree.
that, we have to learn them.
Yes. See,
yes, sir.
My point on that
this is my view.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree with you. My point is, you look at the activities given at the base of the triangle, when they actually do things, when they present things, all these things are already there. So there is some hearing, there is some visual, there is some kinesthetic. So in that way, we can accept this cone of learning. So it's the active learning strategies, what are mentioned there, 70% of what we say, that one, and 90%, all these three are inclusive. So in that way, it can be accepted. That is my view. Anyway, we'll come to your point later. You have raised a very important question, and that's true. That's true. What I feel is a combination of all these three will become experiential. That's my answer for that. Okay. So we'll just move on. We'll just move on. Okay. Now, I want all participants to watch this video, and there are some good things and there are some bad practices there. I want you to just make a note of all good things and the bad things. We'll discuss about it later. Okay, so please watch this video now.
Now, renovation of standing of the basic building and calculation of the meaning of the standing in the right and the remaining. Now, renovation.
Yeah, so this is the video. Now I would like to hear from participants. Let's talk about the good things what you saw in the video.
Okay, sir, can I, sir?
Please.
May I, sir?
Yeah, sure.
I just find out that, sir, the parrots are the auditory learner.
Yes.
And the main boy is a kinesthetic learner, and the
Okay.
boy who is sleeping is a visual learner.
Okay.
That's why there is the I just understand in this way, sir.
Yeah. Good.
Because that boy understand every lessons by experimenting, right, sir?
Yes.
And the parrots, the students, those are parrots, they are auditory learners. That's why they are listening to the teachers and they copying to their teachers.
Okay.
And the boy who was sleeping is a visual learner.
Yeah.
That's why
maybe.
he is just confusing. And,
Yes. Yeah,
and I just understand in this way, sir.
Fine. Thank you.
Yes.
Let's hear other opinions.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Anybody would like to comment?
The child is ready to experiment and learn.
Yes.
Like
Child is ready to learn.
As she told about the this one, the kinesthetic learning, and yeah, and
please continue. No, we could not hear you.
You are mute, Vinita ma'am.
Yeah, she is talking about the rote learning. See, that was the thing observed there. Though the child was curious, the child was not given an opportunity to explore the real world. The child is made to memorize and listen to what teacher says in the class. So that's what Vinuta said. That's agreed. And yeah, here is a very good point from Ashwini. Nature is the best teacher. True, 100%. We can learn so many things from the nature. And the overall in the school system, there is a lack of experiential learning. That is the point observed by Arati. 100%. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Can I make a point over it, sir?
Please, sir.
So after just I observed this video, finally I came to the conclusion, and I made a concept here to say, actually this video is all about how we teach versus how brain works to learn.
Yes.
So on this matter, so I show many things out here, bad aspects, good aspects. So whatever there is, these all aspects, I think it comes under this two contradictional statement: how we teach versus how brain works to learn.
Yeah.
That's
100%. 100%. Very true. Very true. Yeah. So we'll move on.
Yes, sir. That should be matched. That should be matched. The teaching styles and the learning styles. If these two are matched, then it will be perfect.
Sir. Perfect. 100% agree.
Yes,
agree.
Sir.
So we need to match the learning styles of the students.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the light of the video, what we just saw, there are some obstacles to provide experiential, and even those things were highlighted there. So which I would like to present one by one. We'll not discuss these things in detail. We'll think of the solutions. But anyway, I would like to talk about the obstacles to provide experiential learning. So the number one is syllabus and exam driven system. The parental pressure on the child, and they want marks. The conditioned way of teaching and dealing with the students there in the classroom. Then there are some teachers who do not come out of the comfort zone and explore new ideas and possibilities because they're happy there. Then at times lack of preparation and planning. And as someone said, teachers unable to address different learning styles effectively and recognize multiple intelligences. The last one is lack of reflection. So these are some of the obstacles for in the system to provide experiential learning. Now, we need not worry too much about it. So we need to move forward and think of the solutions to these issues. Now we'll move on. So there are issues, agreed, but as a teacher or as a facilitator, you need to provide experiential learning. So what are the qualities as a teacher you need, you have to acquire to provide this experiential learning? I want some of you to share views on that. There are problems, but how to move forward? What are the qualities required, please?
Yeah, teacher should be first be ready to get into the class.
Fine.
Should know the student learning style.
Yes.
And should know about the curriculum and should find out a different method, tools of teaching, I would say.
Exactly.
Yeah. And to excite the learners.
Yes. There should be some amount of excitement, curiosity among the learners.
Sure.
That is not there. It's of no use. Fine, sir. Fine. Learners should be provided opportunity to learn what they are interested, and teachers should be a facilitator. Yeah, we need not just dump knowledge on students. We need to just facilitate students, help students to construct knowledge on their own. Fine. Then first, teacher must be interested 100%. So if you are interested, you will be a passionate teacher and you can do wonders in your class. Fine. So I got the points.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah, I would like to put some more.
Yeah.
Like I fully agree with my friends which just shared. I just first and most important thing that teachers should be very enthusiastic and passionate about the teaching.
Yes.
Secondly, if the teacher make the theme for every lesson or every point or for every unit, when the theme is there and then they connect a lot of practical interaction, field visit, and before writing over the copies, just go for 5-6 tools of field visit, theme, interaction, role play, act play. If teacher prepared before going the class, then it will work to go through the experiential learning. And the writing is the last moment when the student consume everything, feel everything, touch everything, and then the writing will work, I think, and for the long time also.
Yes, true. Well said. Thank you very much.
I would like to add one more thing.
Yeah,
is my point of view. So whatever you teach or whatever we do, teacher has to be flexible on that topics, and then he or she has to be enough qualities on that. Like for example, that's we can see so many schools every morning they have a kind of PT exercise, but the teachers in front of student is getting so fat. Even he just give an order, then all the students are demotivated, and then they don't want to do it because they are just putting an order. But teacher whatever they teach, whatever we say, whatever the subject we are doing, they have to capable to do that.
Yes,
Flexible, because like if you write a drama and then let a student do, if they can't do, they are not only giving an instruction, they have to play the role first, and then the student can copy and paste. Thank you.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And effective listening and open to change or upgrade, and teacher should be patient. 100% enough. And
so excuse me, can I make a question?
Interactive.
Yeah, teachers should encourage interaction in the class. Teachers should not be. Yes, sir. Someone, please, you can proceed.
So excuse me. Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay. So once again, I'm back here, sir. So as the question is out here for the discussion, I want to make some points over here.
Okay.
The first point: teachers should be facilitator rather than teacher first.
Fine.
The second, I want to add, first, understanding the mindset of a student, and before we teach, we should make the student ready to learn something.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very valid point.
And one more thing I want to add. I want to share my experience over it, sir. So a few years back, just I went through a novel of Gizu Bhai, Diva Swapna. I went through that, and whatever the content, whatever the topic is here for the discussion, this all is well explained over there by Gizu Bhai.
Okay.
And whatever the answer whatever the points I put here on this topic, so these all are the extraction of that novel. Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. So we need to allow students to explore beyond that text, and that is a very good point.
Can I make a comment here? Comment in the sense, a kind of my feeling.
Yeah.
I see that the biggest problem is the books. Because I have seen teachers opening the books in front of the class and just repeating the content, whatever is reading there, whatever is there, they read once and they look at the children and read once again.
Correct.
And that they think is the best way of, that's what they call teaching, actually.
That's
so
a wrong notion.
Every teacher has to know the curriculum directives of the government, the specific governments, the respective governments, because the curriculum says different. And the books are written according to the curriculum, but we just teach the books and don't do anything. And the other thing is that we are always asking, especially I've seen that we're always asking the questions that is already in the book.
Right.
We have never tried to make our own questions or ask the children to make their questions, especially in the higher class.
Fine.
So if you ask the children to make their own questions, then they can make wonderful questions, because we have never given the opportunity.
Very
and
true.
If you can give the opportunity, actually they can do wonders. I have seen that in my own experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. And Vijay said there are no right or wrong answers, and accept the responses. Yes. So the child should be comfortable in the class. Yeah, this is the last opinion, because we need to move ahead. Yeah, please.
Okay, sir. Myself, Rinku Takal. I think quality of effective teachers need to be required. Love their students, listen to their students, make time for its students, learn something new every day.
Fine.
Fill the classroom with positivity just before entering a classroom and interacting with students, and patiently handling challenging students.
Yes.
Constantly look for the way to become better.
Fine.
I think this quality are required as a teacher to provide experiential learning, sir.
Agreed. 100%. The teacher must be a learner. Even that is a very good point. So the points what I have mentioned here or given is, you have already discussed these things. We have already discussed. So a teacher should have curiosity, content clarity, not confined to only textbook. You should have more clarity on the content and go beyond the text. Connect content to the real world, and a teacher should be creative. So if we have all these qualities, definitely within our limitations, within the given system, we can 100% definitely provide experiential learning for the students. So Parishuram sir just made a point there about the questions. So please look at these questions. See, one of the components.
Pradeep sir, can I interrupt you once? I think someone is waiting. I think you have to look at the.
I think it will.
Yeah.
You want me to allow or?
Yeah. I think you have the.
And I have allowed.
Okay. Thank you. See, Parishuram sir made a mention of questioning in the class. So that plays a major role. And one of the points I mentioned, the qualities of a teacher is curiosity. See, we should have curious eyes and look at the world like a child. So you please look at these questions. Tell me, what do you feel about these questions? I don't want answers for these questions. So do we ask such questions in the class? So please go through these questions and tell me the nature of these questions. What do you understand from this? See, to read you one or two, why do birds make sounds in the morning and evening hours? Why there are silent letters in English? Why does lightning appears in zigzag path? Why do we yawn? Is it an indication of laziness? Why do the flames always move upward? Why don't we feel the rotation of that? So these are the questions. Yeah, the fluids present in the branches and the leaves are bitter, but the fruits are sweet. How come? Have you asked such questions in the class? Or what are your thoughts on this?
May not be these questions, but then of course, other than this sort of questions, definitely we do ask questions at the beginning to excite the student to draw their attention in the class.
Yes. If you are doing that, and if you are doing that, that's great, sir. That's good. What are the advantages of asking questions like this? Can anyone tell me?
May I say, sir?
Yes, please.
I think we can understand students better.
Yes. You can understand students better when you ask such questions. That there is a lot of interaction in the class and you can understand students better. Fine. What else?
We can gauge the learning for the strength of the class. Like how many of them are interested, and not all will be interested.
Okay.
Some will want to do their mischief as well.
Okay. But if you ask these questions, don't you think children will lend their ears to your
the present trend is very different. Maybe you should connect them with the same set of questions with the mobile game.
Okay.
It's different.
No, then I agree. You give these questions and ask them to explore. Let them look at the mobile or whatever the source available and explore. They'll do that. They do it.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
So excuse me, can I make a point about it?
Yeah.
So really to say, sir, till now I have not made such question to my students.
Okay.
To tell the truth.
Yeah.
But after going through these all questions, I felt so if we make such questions to the student, it will spark the student to feel the real experience what's going on, and it will spark the imagination.
Exactly.
Right. This I feel after going
through very true
magical questions,
and it improves critical thinking of
critical thinking. It sparks the imagination.
That is the point. That's the point, of course.
They would start to think.
Yes.
Use the brain.
Yeah. See, that is the ultimate aim of our education system. Say what we educate students to think. That is the main.
They will get chance to think beyond the box.
Yes. That is what is experiential learning. We need to ask these questions in the class, at least 2-3 in a period, and try to create that curiosity and allow children to explore beyond the These things should be well connected to the concept what they learn. Okay?
Excuse me, sir.
So this,
Okay, before asking these kinds of question, I think we should know the better answer, right?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, sometimes we can we ask random question like this, and then actually don't know the real answer.
We need to find out. We need to research and find out the answer.
Yeah, we have to. First, we have to know the. Yes, sir. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Now.
Same time. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So at the same time, as ma'am said just now, we need to know the answer of these questions.
Yes.
So once we go to the class and start asking such type of questions, then the students, they are totally out of the frame, and they start communicating with the teacher, and they may have lots of questions. They start asking this, that, this and that. So means we can motivate them towards our class. Sometimes as a mathematics teacher, let me share my experience. Sometimes when I go to the class, so without doing anything, without taking any book or nothing, I just make one small shape of square or rectangle in white, my green board, and I just ask the student, what is this?
Yes, they give 100 answers
like that, and then they pay attention, and they say different answers, and I go on asking different things like the same thing. I think it motivates the student towards learning.
True. Because each brain is unique. That is why they give different answers. Fine.
Again, I would like to add something here.
Yeah.
Now we have books, and we are now so much oriented into the books. But just imagine the first books, or the age where there are no books, when the scientists, when they observe the environment, everything that we read today is because of the curiosity of those scientists and the writers.
Exactly.
And they studied that for many years and came to a kind of hypothesis. They formed a kind of a formula. Then now we are reading that, because it all comes from observation. I think we are lacking to give 4 things to the children. One is observational skill. The other one, we observe things, but we never document. So we have to document and then analyze. That's the third skill that we have to provide. Then to disseminate, then to inform in different ways, through drama, through writing, through speeches, through different ways, through exhibits and things like that, through postering and things like that. So these 4 skills need to be embedded in. I think it definitely comes into the experiential learning. But I think the books, we have to really go out of the books. And I mean, all these questions here have a science or whatever. There's a science hidden there. We are doing everything every day. But we never think that this is science, because science is everywhere. Maths is everywhere.
Right.
Social studies is everywhere. History is everywhere. Geography is everywhere. But we have never realized. So the realization of all these things may also be termed as experiential learning. That's what I think.
True. Very true. Thank you very much. Now, so there is a picture. It's about multiple intelligences. I think some of you might be aware of this. So I want you to look at these multiple intelligences and try to understand this picture. See, there are 8 types of intelligences recognized by Gardner, an American educationist. So he says the first one is kinesthetic. Second is, you please look at the picture. We'll explore this with an example. So the first one is kinesthetic, the physical movement, the body is smart. You see the picture there. And you can, if you are not aware of this, you can just make a note of these terms also. Then the second one, people smart, it's also called interpersonal. So the way we interact with the people, see, we tend to mingle with the people. So that skill is interpersonal. And there are a few people who are good at using words. They solve crossword puzzles and they give very good speech. They are good in language aspects. So they are word smart. Then there are people who try to solve problems, mathematical skills. They would like to work with numbers, and they analyze the issues. So we have people like that, and they are called logical smart. And there are people who love nature. Of course, we all now love nature and be with the nature, and they would like to have a garden at home, feed birds, something like that. So there is an inclination towards environment. We call them as natural smart. And there are people who like to spend time alone. They would like that they prefer walking in the forest alone. See, they are introperson. They go inside and try to explore their weaknesses and strengths. So there are such people, we call them as intrapersonal. So the second one is interpersonal, and this is intrapersonal. And there are people who are smart at reading pictures. And if you ask them the address, so they will look at the map and tell you the things, or they'll guide you properly. So such people are good at spatial intelligence, and they are called picture smart. And last but not the least, there are people who like music, who can catch the tune, and they have a very good rhythm sense. So there are such people also. So they are musical smart. So in this way, Herbert Gardner has recognized 8 types of intelligences. So this is even applicable to our students also. If you go to any class, you can find all these things in our students. So let us explore this with an example later. So before I go to that example, so I would like you to understand something about the 3 types of 3 learning styles. As someone rightly said, there are 3 types of learning: auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. Auditory, they prefer listening, hearing, and learn. Visual, they want to see something and learn. Kinesthetic, they have to do it and learn. So in a class, you will find all 3 categories. So as a teacher, we know about multiple intelligences. We know about 3 learning styles. What to do now? So as a teacher, the challenge is we need to integrate these things and design our activities, design our lesson plan. When we do that, we can help our students to get that experiential learning. Now, let us, I would like to take you through an example and how these things are integrated in a lesson. Okay, let's see that. A sample lesson on the topic rain. I have taken rain. Okay. Now I'm going to present you the scenarios. I want you to tell me what is the skill or what is the intelligence, what is the learning style addressed there. Okay, let us do that activity now. See, I start this chapter. I use a film song on rain or a folk song or poem, and I start. And I also teach children this tapping fingers. We call that as rain clap. So we start with 1, we do 2. You can also do that. All of you can do that. Then we start with 3, then 4, and 4, and come back. 3, 2, 1. And then, so we do such activities in the class. So what is it connected to? See, this is connected to one of the intelligences. Can anyone tell me what it is?
Kinesthetic, I think, sir.
Yeah, so kinesthetic is also there, and one more is also there. So there is some rhythm here, and songs are
auditory
there.
also, sir.
Auditory, and one more intelligence.
Nature.
Yeah.
Visual. Auditory, visual.
Yeah, it is auditory, and this is some amount of kinesthetic, and the main focus of this is activity is we are bringing in the element of music there. So we are using rain songs, and this is something connected to rhythm. So music intelligence is addressed in this activity. I agree with your answers also. That is also true. We can't see activities in isolation. So it will be a combination of many things, but there will be one thing predominant. Yeah, we give activities like, see, you need not teach. When you have a map in the textbook, allow the child to explore. You show the map, ask questions. Which region you see have more rainfall, and which regions you see the map, the rainfall is less. Why is like that? Why it is like there is some disturbance? So why is it like that? Such things can be given. You show a picture and ask students to recognize what it is. Share the bigger picture of it. You present a video and ask them, what did you understand from that? And you can ask, you show a drawing, or you ask them to draw the map or do such things. So what is this? So this is, we are addressing visual intelligence, or the visual thing, visual intelligence as well as learning, visual learners. So we are catering to the needs of visual learners. Again, this is something for the visual learner. You need not explain. A visual learner will beautifully explain what is water cycle. He will just look at the picture and he will understand and explain. So this is for visual learners or visual intelligence. Again, if they look at this, they'll come up with so many responses. So these are all connected to visual intelligence or for the visual learner. Now you see a set of questions again. Why do we see white clouds and gray clouds? See, we have observed at times we see white clouds, at times we see gray clouds. Why is that? Will the aircraft flying at 10,000 meters high become wet by the rain? See, we have Arabian Sea common to Saudi Arabia and India. Why India gets more rainfall than Saudi Arabia? Why monsoon rain always occurs in a definite path? Why do we observe hailstones falling mainly during summer rains? So what are these? What are we doing here? What is the skill addressed here? Or what is the intelligence addressed here? Can anyone tell me? So we are focusing on
nature.
Yeah, it is nature.
Nature smart.
Nature smart, plus more than nature smart, it is logical thinking. That all Y aspects will come under logical thinking. Logical thinking. When you ask such questions in the class, you are helping the students to think logically. Why is that so? So that is logical thinking, the second one. Now we move on to the third thing. It's all about the rain. I have taken the concept as rain. See, we show a graph like this and ask students, find out the average rainfall, or look at the weather report in the newspaper, do some calculations, convert millimeter into centimeters. So what is the subject addressed here, or what is the intelligence focused here? So here, that is, can anyone guess?
Kinesthetic.
No, of course, kinesthetic will be there. They have to search for the newspaper and report and all those things. Mainly, what is the skill addressed? What a student is expected to do out of this activity?
Math smart.
Math smart. Very good. Yeah, it is math. It is math. It is math. See, when we deal with rainfall, we can bring in math also. Let's move on. Yeah, we start the chapter with some action songs. We ask the children to make paper boats, yeah, and play in the rain wearing raincoat. Yeah, can anyone tell me what is this? What is
kinesthetic learning?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is nothing
Body
but
smart.
yes, body smart or kinesthetic.
Kinesthetic.
Yes, 100%. Kinesthetic. We need to do such activities. Then you have two images. You look at these two images, and you can give many activities based on these two images. The activities could be create dialogues. Looking at the picture, you create imaginary dialogues. Describe the picture. Then you can ask them to do vocabulary tasks. I mean to say, list 10 words looking at this picture and compare two pictures, images, and say why this has happened. So what are these?
Picture smart.
Picture smart. And one more skill is also there. One more component is added here.
Nature smart.
Picture smart, nature smart.
Body smart also, sir, I think.
Okay.
Analytical.
Of course, analytical.
And
one more. Yeah, I'm talking about dialogues. I'm talking
the
about
intensity
the
of the scenario.
Word smart.
Empathy.
Word smart. Somebody said, yeah.
Interpersonal.
Of course, whatever you said is agreed. So it will be a combination of all, but the predominant skill addressed here is language, because we look at the activities. You have to create dialogues, describe the picture, the vocabulary, and compare two images. Yeah, this is language smart. Then, how can we conserve rainwater? How do you take care of plants during dry days? How can you ensure that clean rainwater flows through our drain system? So we have seen during rainy season that the drainage system is blocked. So how that problem can be solved? How can we avoid acid rain? So what is this? These are connected to one type of intelligence.
Nature smart.
100%. It is very clear. It's nature smart. It's nature smart. Then we know. Close your eyes. Recall the memories of rainy days experiences, or you just as a child in a rainy day, you sit alone and enjoy the rain. So what
intrapersonal skill.
Very true. Intrapersonal or self-smart is the thing addressed here. Now we move on. Share your rain experiences or observations with your friends.
Interpersonal.
Yeah, it is interpersonal. So, taking a concept, so we can have so many activities to address multiple intelligences and different learning styles. When you plan a lesson, incorporating all these activities or similar activities, that will definitely lead to experiential learning. So before I proceed with more examples, I would like all of you to do this exercise once again as a recap thing. Okay. Of course, I would like to give a homework follow-up activity is this for this chapter. Prepare a rain gauge, measure the rainfall at your place for a week, collect the data, represent it graphically, write an interpretation. This is my homework activity for the children. So in this homework activity, I have addressed many things there. So there is some kinesthetic, there is physical, mathematics. So write an interpretation, language, all these things are addressed in a single activity. So now, before I share few more examples, subject-wise examples I would like to share, we'll do this small recap activity of what we have learned so far. Okay. Now, you please read the STEM sentences given there. I want you to pick a sentence and speak about that, taking examples from the lesson Rain. Okay. So an activity which helps visual learner is identify the task which is connected to math and logical, share a point on how language skill is addressed in the flow, give an example for how spatial intelligence is involved in the process. Spatial is nothing but map reading and all those things. Give an instance that would interest music, smart or kinesthetic learners. Pick and talk about how real life connections are established in the lesson flow. Illustrate how nature smart idea has appeared in the lesson. The task which is connected to interpersonal intelligence. So I want the participants to pick any one sentence and share your idea. You can just go back, recall, and share your point. I would like to listen from hear from 3-4 participants. That's the maximum we can do now, because I have to go to the next aspect of the presentation. So you need to go back to the rain chapter and recall, share. Can anyone do that? Yeah.
In connections with point number 3, share your point on how language skill is addressed in the flow.
Yes, sir.
There's a picture of a flood and then a drought.
Yeah.
And children were made to write 10 words relating to the picture.
Fine.
And then make a comparison.
Yeah, make a
on
comparison.
It. And where they are going to make use of the language.
Fine, sir. Fine. Thank you. That's the right answer. Fine. Anybody?
So excuse me, I want to make a point over that point number 7, illustrate how nature smart idea has appeared in the lesson.
Yeah.
So just before we made a student some of the questions. So on the questions there was, how is rainbow created? Can we hold it and play
yes.
as imagined in the stories?
Yes.
So if we relate that questions over here, so I think it will make sound.
Fine. See, we can't have compartments. See, that one activity will have so many ideas, but absolutely right. Agreed. Right.
Similarly, math smart is also over there.
Yeah.
So about the math work is there static
data collection of data.
Connection of data out is there. And then logical is there. This Arabian Sea connects India and Nepal.
That is logical.
India and logical is there. Saudi Arabia and India. But
why here we have more rainfall and why not?
Rainfall than Saudi Arabia. So that's the logical one. So alerts is there.
Yeah. Now we'll just move on. Now we are in a difficult situation, and you all know that we are confined to home environment, right? So now I am going to give you 3 minutes individually. Think of all the materials or the sources available in the student's environment. That is mainly now home locality. You can take home or their locality area that facilitates learning. You have to make a list of those items or those sources available, and then we'll proceed further. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do this activity. I hope you understood the question. And you have to share an example how that material can be used to provide experiential learning. Okay. So I'm going to give 3 minutes time for you to do this activity. You can do this and come back. There is something in the chat box. No. This is not for the picture. Picture is just an illustration. So you have to think of your own conditions and prepare a list of that. It's not about this picture. That's the clarification I would like to give. So you look at your own environment and what are the things you can use to teach children. That's
funnel. Can we tell?
Yeah, 1 minute. I'll give you opportunity. Please wait. Let others do it.
Sure.
Yeah. I said 3 minutes, so 1 more minute I would like to give for the participants. Yeah, those have done it. So you can come up, share your ideas now. Please feel free to share your ideas. Yeah, stones, wood, water, paper, pond, river. Yeah, these are the support items.
So excuse me, can I make a point, sir?
Yeah.
Can I start?
Yes, yes.
So I have collected some of the words out here.
Yeah.
Like water.
Water. Okay.
Stone.
Okay.
Ice. So if you combine all this together, it will help us to teach state of matter.
Right, sir. Solids, liquids, and
gas. This
gas.
State of matter. Yes, we can do it.
Yeah.
Similarly, we can teach about condensation, evaporation, solidifying.
Yes.
So similarly,
yes.
Another group I have made. Just in our nature, if you go out there in the garden, anywhere in the forest, we can get different sizes of plants.
Yes.
By this category, we can teach the kids or the student about herbs or centuries.
Right, 100%.
Similarly, third category I have made.
Yes.
We can take a student out of the classroom and we can just make them to see over the sky. We can see sun.
Yes.
Around our society, we can see bus, truck, etc., etc. We can from this we can make a student to learn about man-made things and natural things.
Fine. So
similarly,
just observe the things.
Make
a list of man-made and natural things. Fine.
So again, inside, if even in our home also. So this so hot cup of tea.
Yeah.
Cool drink.
Okay.
So by this group, we can teach our kids to know the sensation of feeling.
Yeah.
Sensation of feeling.
Yes.
Similarly, any objects around us, whatever the objects having the name around us.
Yeah.
So if we use these all objects, we will be able to make a student understand about the concept of noun.
Fine. See, nouns. Yes.
Nouns. Concept of, because whatever the things having the name are noun.
All are nouns. Yeah.
All are nouns. So if we say the student, whatever the things found outside having the name, you can bring it.
Yes.
So in this
and
way,
later they can classify them under different headings.
Definitely. Yeah. And then the last but not the least, sorry, sir, I'm taking quite long.
Yeah, you're giving good ideas. Nice.
We can take ball, pencil, books. We can teach about the shapes. Ball, round,
shapes,
pencil, pencil, cylindrical, spoon, book, rectangle.
Fine.
So like this, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Nice. And Parishuram sir said they can be asked to gaze at night sky and note down observation. That will be a wonderful experience for the students. And there are many objects at home that can be used for learning purpose. So then it's possible to put tactile learning style under kinesthetic. And,
there are sir, may I speak?
Yeah, soap can be used to teach algebraic expression and chemistry. Yes. Yeah, please continue.
A kitchen could be a good source of knowledge for the student, where we can teach them about degradable and non-degradable waste.
Yes.
Kitchen. Yes. And parents could be a good teachers, where they can share the experiences and through storytelling, which they can excite the children to learn.
So that is missing nowadays. So we can encourage teachers, people to narrate story, tell story. Yeah.
Yes, tell stories. So the more the children get to hear the stories, we can make them less engaged in the gadgets. That's what I believe in. Yeah. and then
from that point, so many activities can be done. So they can ask the students to enact the story narrated by your grandparent.
Grandparents, yeah. That's what they can do.
They prepare a mask of one of the characters in the story. And so many things can be done. Nice. Okay. So I'm very happy that wonderful ideas all shared. Now I'm just going to share a few subject-wise activities, what can be done taking the home environment or from the materials available at home. So a few activities I would like to share. Yes, afforestation, barren land can be important for environmental change. Yes, yes, we can. Measuring things, of course, somebody has made a mention of that. Measuring things can be done. Nice. Yes. So we'll just move on. See, in the language aspect, some of the things I have noted down are like this. Conduct an interview of a person you know in your family and create a biography research. See, I hope you could see the biography report there. The child is asked to interview a person known to the child, maybe a family member or anybody outside the family also, and prepare something called biography research. It is a graphic organizer. What it is? So you can see the image there. So the child is supposed to write the name and collect the photo of that person, paste it there, then write a short biography. See, if that person has given a quote or he often uses something, his trademark, so that sentence can be used there. Describe the person in 5 words. One lesson I learned from that person, the child can write the most important facts of that person. And the last one is very interesting. Draw important scenes from that person's history, life. So the child can draw that and keep this as a record. We call this as biography book report. Child can do this at home. It can be his or her grandparent or anybody known to the child. Observe the photo frames hanged at home. See, we all will have photo frames hanged at home. Describe them. So take one photo frame and ask the child to look at it and describe. Make a list of words. Create one story using those photo frames. Let the child keep all the photo frames and create an imaginary story looking at the pictures there. So that can be another interesting activity for the child at home. Watch a TV program. So it could be anything. I don't mind, but we need to recommend, because the child may see unwanted stuff. So we need to recommend you please watch this particular program or this particular TV program. Listen to the dialogues and conversations. Even an interview, the children can watch an interview. Listen to the dialogues or conversations there and identify grammatical concepts in the conversation. So identify parts of speech. Have they used compound words, idioms? And you can ask the child, see, it will be in the direct speech. Convert the direct speech into indirect speech. So that can be done. This is for the higher class children. Listen to a film song or any song and recognize the rhythm pattern. We teach rhythm pattern in the language class. Ask children to listen to a film song and note down the rhythm pattern or identify the rhythm pattern. Or if the figure of speech is there, what is it? And some interesting vocabulary used there. What is that? See, children are fond of watching films. So we can ask the children, you watch this particular movie and convert the film into a short story or conduct a review on the film. But we need to provide a sample on how to do film reviews. Compare two songs on same idea. So the concept is river. We get so many songs. So find out, let the child listen to both the songs and represent similarities and differences on a Venn diagram. We teach them the Venn diagram, that is a graphic organizer. So the similarities and differences you have to identify, and point wise the child can represent that on a Venn diagram. So few more language things are there. Watch a video, note down points, prepare a poster or a mind map on that theme. It's a very simple thing. You ask the child how to overcome stress or study tips, for example. You watch that video. Let the child watch the video, note down points while watching the video, and prepare a poster on that or a mind map on that. So for mind maps and posters, you can refer net. So there are plenty available. The samples, you need to provide a sample and do this activity. The children will come up with beautiful posters. Again, we are addressing so many skills: listening, writing, speaking, everything. Take out different types of toys available at home. Create a story or incident using all those toys, present it orally. See, we used to do when we were very small children, we used to bring toys and play and also create our own stories there. So that can be another activity for the children in languages. So using newspaper, we can do so many activities. Look for grammar aspects in the newspaper. Underline the verbs there. Underline adjectives used there. Okay, underline the past tense, whatever. Create story using images and pictures. See, newspaper will have so many pictures and images. Let the child combine it and create a story or do a collage work of that. Circle new words, unfamiliar words. The child will see in the newspaper and go to dictionary, refer the meaning. So the dictionary activity can be done there. Circle information on one particular topic. Say, for example, we have the problems of environmental degradation. So in the newspaper, they have to collect the newspapers and only circle the news or the articles on that topic, environmental degradation. So it can be given. Corruption or whatever. Social issues, economics, political science can be given. Compare two articles on the same news, provide a new heading for that. The child maybe asked to refer two newspapers on the same issue, same news, compare and give a new heading for that. So these are some of the things we can give it for the higher class children to do. This is about the languages. Now we'll just move on. Now sample tasks or activities in EVS or science. So I want you to read this. Instead of I explaining everything, you can understand. It's a very simple thing. Collect the seeds of a particular crop or plant, grow that in different conditions, such as in different types of soil, vary in water supply, variation in use of manure, indoor, outdoor, and ask students to note down observations for 10 to 15 days. It can be given as an activity. Sow the seeds of two vegetables at the same time in the same environment. Find out which crop will grow fast. Verify that and write observations. So that is another. So identify 5 items which can reflect images, 5 items which do not reflect images. Find out the reason for that by touching or observing the surfaces of those objects. See, we'll find this, that we have very smooth surface, we have reflection, rough surface, the reflection is not there. So that the child should identify at home. Verify the friction caused by 3 or 4 objects on different surfaces, write observation. The child can roll a ball or push something on different surfaces and find out something about the frictions, the friction caused by those materials, and note down the observations. Speed and distance. Ask the child to take a vehicle, and of course the parent should take the child. Go for 4 rounds in the same route, experiment with varying speed. Say 10 kilometers, 1 round, 40 kilometers, another round, 50, another round, 60 maximum enough. So another round, and note down the time taken to travel on each occasion and write the conclusion. And what is the total kilometer traveled? What is the displacement? Actually, the displacement will be 0 because the child will go around and come back to the same position. So all these things can be, see, the child will understand the relationship between speed and distance from this activity. Few more things are there. Examine the power consumption of each electric or electronic item used at home one by one. You have to switch off all other items, only on one item, go to meter, note down the difference in reading and which one will consume more electricity, and discuss with your family members the remedies to save power at home. So this can be another activity. that this is a very simple thing. That someone said biodegradable, non-degradable. This is the activity. Bury 4 or 5 items used at home: a wooden piece, paper, broken pen, leaf, cloth. Observe these after 15 days. Write conclusion. Compared to, someone said, talked about soaps. Compared to different bathing soaps available at home, identify the chemicals used there. Find out more about those chemicals, and the higher class students, even they can be asked to identify the elements of those chemicals used in the periodic table. So this is something about chemistry, what they can do. There are so many such things at home. Yeah. Parishuram sir said, and I think someone also said this. So get up early in the morning before the sunrise, note down the sunrising time and record your observations, both natural and human activities, record your experiences. It will be a wonderful experience for the child. Fix 1 meter height stick to the floor. Measure the length of shadows at different times in a day. Note down the lengths and also mark the position of the shadow. Say at times the shadow will be, the angle of the shadow, it will change. So they have to observe it and find out. And just complete it and then we can take up the questions. Now, observe any domestic animal for a week and note down observations such as eating habit, movement, behavior, tail language. See, animals, they usually communicate through the tails. See, so the tail language of animals can be explored at home. Now we'll go for social science. Discuss with elders and write how your locality was 30 years back, now, and how it will be 30 years later. So first thing is you need to discuss it from the elders, know from the elders. The second one, you know, you are seeing. The third one is imagination. You can use images and diagrams to represent that. Ring up your friend who is at some other country or some other place on a particular time and ask the person, what is the weather condition there? What is the time there? What people are doing there? Exchange dialogue and write a comparative article. Activities in your place and there. The standard time here and there. What is the difference? What is the weather here and there? So that could be another activity in social science. Write the history of your own family with evidences and sources available at home. See, this will be an interesting activity for the child. Let the child collect all the evidences available at home and write the history of his or her own family. Prepare monthly budget of your house and represent expenditure on a pie chart. And that can be done. Survey 25 people and ask about the problems that they face in their locality and prepare a graph and write a letter to people's representatives. We call here MLAs, Member of Legislative Assembly or Councillor. So we can do that. Compared to temples in your locality, identify differences and common features in the architecture. Let the child visit 2 temples and see how they are similar and different. As a teacher, we can suggest the temples also. You go to this temple and you go to this temple and do this activity. Now, a few more. Map 1. So you have a map designed, created with the scale. Then this activity can be done. Find out distance using scales. Connect any 5 places on the map from your place. Calculate the distance using scale mentioned in the map. I mean to say 100 kilometers is equal to 1 centimeter. It will be like that. 1000 kilometers is equal to 1 centimeter. So if the 1 centimeter is there, the distance, it is 200 kilometers. If in the scale it is 5 centimeters, it is 500 kilometers. So like this, the child can explore the map and calculate the distance of any place given there, provided the map is designed according to the scale. So there are maps in the atlas designed according to the scale. Observe the social behavior of the people in the public place for 30 minutes, write down all the behavior, classify them as good and bad. So you go to a bus stand, sit there, observe the behavior of people for 30 minutes, note down all the good things they do and calculate the percentage. Whether good habits were seen there or were more, or the bad habits. Then you can suggest remedies for that also. Conduct a survey on the performance of the government. Let people rate from 0 to 10, calculate the average point scored and write your conclusion on that. These are some of the social science things what we can do at home. Now the last but one, maths. Find out lines and angles at home, identify the types of angles at home, parallel, intersection, perpendicular, measure the angles and which angle is predominantly found at home. Do you have any idea? Can anyone tell me which angle is predominantly found at home? Can anyone tell me? 90 degree, yes sir, yes sir. Whatever we see, the most of the things are 90 degree. And you can ask the child to identify 3 triangles at home, find out the total angles of each, write a conclusion. If they do the total, it will come to 180. The conclusion is any triangle in any triangle, the total of all angles will be 180. The child will understand that. Identify different shapes at home, make a video of that. Let the child go to each place and say, this is this shape, this is this shape, circle, this is a square, this is a rectangle. Again, can anyone tell me, when they do like this, which shape is predominant at home? Have you noticed that? I'm talking about the things available.
Rectangle, sir.
Exactly, sir. See, even I did this activity, rectangle. Everything is rectangle at home. Most of the things. You can just look at your room and understand this. So this is an interesting activity for the children to do.
Somewhere there is a triangle also, sir.
Yeah, it will be. Depends, but majority will be rectangle.
Most of the rectangle.
Yes.
Most of the rectangle.
Most. You will find triangle, you will find circle, you will find oval. See, I have a mirror, the oval shape. So many things are there, but rectangle can be predominant. Look at the watch needles. Each hour, you can ask the child to measure the angle and classify the timings as right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle, like that. Or you ask the child to pull the door gradually, step by step, stage by stage, and find out the angles produced at each point there. So such activities children may enjoy a lot. Measure the frame of a window, length of a cot, slab using foot or hand span by 2 individuals at home. You can ask the child to do it or father and mother to do it. Observe what did they observe. So what will be the problem there? You are asking child to measure a slab and you are asking the father or mother to measure the slab. What is the problem for the child now? In terms of measurement.
Actual measurement.
Yeah. See, the child will measure. Yeah.
The child may use incorrect measurement.
Yes. Of course, the child will use hand span, and the parents are also using the hand span. What is the problem there? We get different measurements. See, the child's measurement will be more, the hand span will be more compared to parents. Then we can ask the child, you measure the slab with scale, as the parent to measure the slab with scale. Then we get the same measurement.
Hand span, yeah. Is a different parents, it may be less, and the child's it may be more.
So
but the accurate scaling using by
scale,
the scale, accurate scale, it is the same.
So
that can be a good lesson.
And then teach what is the relevance or importance of scale. Now some mathematics things are there. Few more. Study about your country.
May I request to put off the microphone, please?
Yeah. Someone it's disturbing.
Lot of noise.
Kindly participants, you please unmute. Yeah. Study about your country. Note down big numbers mentioned there. Maybe population, the size, area, the length, north to south length or east to west, something like that. Read those numbers, ask the child to read those numbers and represent those numbers in exponential form. 10 to the power of like that. So it can be done for the higher classes, exponential, or you can leave up to reading for the lower classes. Collect mobile numbers of 10 people you know and put them in ascending order. So it's a very difficult task. Children may enjoy it. They have to do it. Measure the heights of utensils or containers at home. Put the data in the table form. Find out mean, median, mode. See, you may. Actually, someone said kitchen is the best place for learning so many things. So this is an activity in mathematics we can do. Ask the child to measure the containers or utensils placed in the kitchen and then calculate the average height, mean, median, and mode of it. Compare this month's water or electricity bill with the previous month. Analyze why there is a difference in the amount, if any. Calculate per day's amount. In the 30 days, we got 600 rupees. So what is the amount per day? So the division will come there. Pick any 10 items at home. Identify details such as price, manufacture date, etc. Read the amount. Place items in ascending order. Put place value for the amount on a chart. Draw the number line to represent the position of each item. I hope you understood this. So let the child pick 10 items available at home. Look at the manufacture date or the price. Read the price or the manufacture date. Then, as per the price or date, the child can keep the things in ascending order. Okay. And represent that on a number line. Draw and represent. Draw the number line on floor and keep the things there. So the child can do this. Some creative things can be incorporated to break monotony. So this is that. Pick any item at home. Think of unusual ways of using that item. Write any 8 points. Now we will do this activity because I have been talking a lot. Same. I hope you understood what I meant by this. So it is nothing but you have a mobile phone. The common usage of that is we used to talk, we used to watch something and other things. I want you to think in a direction how differently that mobile phone can be used. It can be crazy. It can be foolish, silly. Don't mind. I want you to think in that direction and tell me now. So just take 10 seconds and tell me your unusual ways of using a mobile phone.
Sir, sometimes if I do not get a scale and the mobile phone is with me, to draw a straight line, I use its corner.
Fine. Yes. You can draw a straight line. That is one good idea. What else?
So one of the funny and crazy concept, I can use the iPhone logo of my cell phone and impress somebody.
Okay. Nice.
Sometimes I use my cell phone as a mirror.
Oh, fine. See, I have used it on numerous occasions. Fine. Yeah, it can be a mirror. Next. Anybody? In the chat box, something is there. I usually forget to see. Torch, why not? Yes.
Of course, being outdoor people, I use mobile as a calculator and camera.
Okay. Yeah, we can use that. One more response I would like to hear from anybody. Any other thoughts? How differently a mobile
for weather.
Huh?
For weather check.
Okay, but it
weather.
Is, yeah.
Sir, I think using mobile phone for tours, for radio, and for weather, it is not.
It is there. Actually, it is there. Inbuilt.
Okay.
Think of something different.
PPTs and documenting.
No, that is there.
this newspaper, I can make the cover of books and copy. We do it with paper.
Sometimes I use the backside of phone to keep money.
Okay.
Keep money on the backside of the phone.
Be careful, Manu. The others can
Yes.
see that. Anyway, that's there. See, I use my mobile phone to as a paperweight.
Yeah.
You can use that. See, this is how we can develop the creative skills. You can give this task for the students. Pick any one item, write 5 different ways of using that. That will help students to have the divergent thinking. Now we'll move on. See, collect leaves, flowers, vegetables, use its impressions, patterns to create a new design on a piece of cloth with different colors. It can be given. Draw different shapes that you identify at home, create a design using all of them, prepare a greeting card. See, that is what you can see that on the top of the slide there. So they have done a greeting card cover page with geometrical shapes. Then draw a peculiar animal by combining organs of different animals. You can see 2 images there. So elephant has the ears of butterfly. Something peculiar. It's all imagination and creative thinking. Such activities can also be given to students. So I have presented many points. See, another idea is all these I presented in subject wise, say math, science, social, like that. But it did not be like that. It can be integrated and multidisciplinary also. You take, for example, this, the concept food. I'll just ask you to read this. You will get how different subjects are integrated or are addressed here. Okay, I want just to look at it, then we'll move on. Yeah. So you need not have compartments. You need not have boundaries. You can cross the boundaries of each subject and design activities. You can do it theme-wise. So here I have taken the theme as put. I'm not going to read this. I want you to read. If you have any questions, you can ask me later. And I want you to tell me which activities from maths, which activities from science, which activities from social, which activities from language, like that. That can be done. Please go through it for 1 or 2 minutes.
First one is related with math.
Yeah. First one is related to math. Yes, it can be done. Second, anybody can say.
The last one, measuring the perimeter and area plate.
Again, math.
That is also of maths.
Yes. It will be an interesting activity for the child. His or her own plate, the child has to measure it. Even we can ask the child to measure the head also. That's a different thing.
So third and fourth one is related with health and nutrition.
Yes, that identify ingredient and what is that, and the fourth one. Look at the calorie chart and let the child calculate approximately the calorie of food intake. So even I don't know.
So this
that is the science.
This might be related with science.
Yes,
Even mathematics is also involved.
Yes, it is involved because we need to calculate.
Yeah.
But we can't look at each subject in isolation.
Comparison is there.
Anything related to language?
Sir, second one is related to language and sensorial too.
Yeah. So this is how we can design activities for the students. Similarly, I'll just skip this. See, we have vehicles. See, look at this example also. Sorry, I look at this example. Most of these appears to be math. Of course, I have a few more examples. What's the vehicle movement on a particular day for 10 minutes? Note down the types: eco-friendly vehicles, total vehicles, collecting data. Calculate the average of the vehicles. Note down the numbers and conduct the divisibility test. Yeah, that's it. And they can do a pencil sketch, that is something related to skill, and design their own model and create advertisement. That is, I think some disturbance is there. Kindly unmute. Kindly unmute. See, look at the last one. Design your own vehicle model based on your observations and give a name for it and create an advertisement, that is language. So in this way, you can take any theme and design activities. I think when we talk about integrated, we will discuss this in depth.
Nice.
Yeah, this is how it can be done. A few more things I have mentioned here. Observe two bikes and note down similarities. Share your experiences of traveling in one particular vehicle. That is language. Mimic the sounds of vehicles. Play dumb charts activity on the topic with your friend or family members. Can be done. Fun activity. Prepare a collage or map work on the vehicles that children see. Yeah, this is some nature smart. Why there are green plates, number plates, and which type of vehicle would you prefer to own? Now, recall all the activities we discussed so far, and connect that with 4 C's, ABCs. The 4 C's are critical thinking, collaborative skills, creativity, and communication. See, we talk about 21st century skills. When we come to 21st century learning skills, these are the 4 learning skills of the 21st century. I want you to just recall whatever we have done so far with respect to the activities designed and done, and tell me, have we not addressed these things in our district? I will be happy if you give examples for each one of these. Take time, take 3 minutes, and let us recall the whole thing. And I want you to talk about these skills, taking examples from today's session.
For critical thinking, we can check the amount of sugar in a tea, coffee. For the collaborative skill, we can work for preparation of tea. We can work with a student can work with her mom.
Yes, parents. Yes. There are some activities where the family members are involved. That is collaborative. True.
Involved. Similarly, for the creativity, we can change the pattern of making tea. Firstly, we can boil the water. Then we adding sugar. Then we adding milk.
Okay, I suggest something. Let the child explore tea making in a different way, or add some other component and try out with that. Even that would be some creativity.
Yeah.
Then communication, of course. During all these things, the communication is there.
Communication happens.
Yes, it happens. It's a very continuous thing you could see in all activities. Yeah. Any other?
So excuse me, can I make a comment over here once again, sir?
Please, sir.
So just it's here in the screen. Recall activities to know how 4 C's are incorporated.
Yeah.
So if we talk on this matter, just going back, whatever the discussion we made since beginning.
Yeah.
So these all 4 points have been incorporated.
Fine.
Critical thinking. There was the question today.
Yes.
There was the question today. Just why the thunder light comes in zigzag.
We had so many such questions.
So many such questions. Why the rail track? Why the rail track doesn't appear somewhere? So that collaborative skill, project works. So many project works about this on the various subject we made a discussion. So even in that integrated concept also we had a talk on that. Collaborative with the parents. Creative, there were a lot.
Yeah.
But so I could not relate this communication.
Sir,
So
whatever we are doing is communication. It is nothing but interaction.
I could not relate the example of this communication.
See, whatever the activity done, there will be some communication. The child is asked to discuss with the parents. The child is asked to talk with friends. The child is asked to present something to the group. The child is asked to discuss things with the teachers. So these are all will come under these things. Will come
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
That's it. That's it. Someone has written something in the chat box. Let me check it. Okay, feedback. Can be feedback.
That's Mentimeter.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Now we'll just move on. So these are the 4 skills as teachers we need to focus in facilitating experiential learning for the students, and it comes very naturally when you design such activities. Some technical problem. No. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. About today's thing, maybe the more elaboration on this will be on next day when Neelam talks about integrated learning and other learning difficulties by Akhila.
Excuse me, Pradeep sir.
Yeah.
Okay. I have one question. Okay, can we sum up like this? Like experiential learning means connect certain topic with multiple intelligence or different learning style.
Yes. That's true. When you do that, you are doing so many things there.
Fine. Okay. Thank you. I just want to confirm.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That's how we can design.
Okay, excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Please.
Okay, sir. May I, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Previously we discussed about the multiple intelligence, right, sir? My question is that every kids, every child have those multiple intelligence, or we have to develop that intelligence?
Very good question, madam. Actually, because of the time constraint, I could not address that. So when you do this survey or check multiple intelligences, you will find each child will have all the intelligences. It is undoubtedly each child will have the intelligences, but the amount of intelligence may vary. Some will have more in one area and some will have less in some other area. But as teachers, we need to look at it.
We have to develop.
Yeah, you can encourage students.
Yes, we have to enhance their intelligence.
Yes,
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Nobody is zero, so please keep it in mind. Nobody is zero. Each one will have all intelligences. See, there are some tools.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You can administer that and verify.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other thing? So we have 2 more minutes to go.
Excuse me, sir. Can I put one question, sir?
Please.
What I find in my teaching experiences, what I find most of the students, those who are good at learning about mathematics and science, so I found them little bit lacking behind in language part. And those students who are good at language part are a little bit behind in this mathematics and science. Yes. Is there any study done over this, and whether these two different types of intelligence are not interrelated to each other? I mean, the students. My question.
I know. I understood it, sir. I understood it because it's a general feeling that, and we have seen this also. Usually, students who are good at math and science, they don't focus on languages and they don't show interest. Whereas the people good at math, languages and social science, maybe it is. I have not gone through any study on this, so maybe I'll answer your question later because I have actually not studied. Without doing any research, I can't just come to a conclusion. But what I
maybe
let me.
I want to add, sir. Maybe this is because of that intelligence percent, because if anyone is more intelligent at a logical thinking, then it will be sure about 90% he or she will be good in mathematics.
Yes.
Right, sir. If anyone is more intelligent at nature, then he or she will be good at social or science.
Yes.
It depends on intelligence, sir.
True. This is there. And one more point could be the way the teachers teach these subjects in the class. That is, I think, very, very crucial. If you teach well, children will participate. If you do not teach well, they do not participate. I think it is something to do with the teachers also. That is what I feel. Right?
I would like to add a point here.
You are the right person, please.
No, it's mainly, I think, the way we, the kind of environment that is created, because as soon as we see a child is good in science or maths, as parents or as teachers, we somehow get that notion that they can work on that, and we don't give the time. That a child has a limited time to develop different skills. So the more focus goes on science and maths, they say it's scoring, and that is where your strengths are. You have to become an engineer, a doctor. But unfortunately, the most neglected part is communication in science, which is a very, very important part. So I have seen people who have come for who do research. They're good with logical thinking and stuff, but they have neglected languages so much, thinking that language is not required for. It's not a required skill for science, but that is the most required skill. At the end of the day, we are hiring people to write research articles and paying them because our English is not good and international language is English. So it's very important that when we encourage children, even in science classes and mathematics classes, we have to give them integrated activities where language skill is highlighted. We have to tell them the importance of communication in science. That requires language. It need not be only English, but any language. They should be strong in that language. I think a science teacher should keep that in mind, to keep highlighting and telling, language is important. Don't neglect it. It's all finally for scoring. That is where you need PCMB marks for engineering.
Scoring and earning. That element we should remove that from the mind.
The PCMB marks is required for PU admission or 12th admission and then graduation. So language is taken second seat because of the result orientedness. But I think that mindset has to change.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for a very interactive session. Thank you.
Excuse me,
sir.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
Please.
My last question, sir. To everyone, I want to request to give your opinion. Everyone. My math teacher used to say that, sir, if anyone is good at dance, then he or she will be obviously good at mathematics. Is it true, sir? Any logic? I want to listen the opinions from all.
Okay.
My math teacher used to say that, sir.
Possibly, because those who
sir?
have the rhythm sense and mathematics are interconnected. Possibly it's true, man. That's my opinion, but again, I have not done any research on that.
Sir, excuse me. So before we wrap up, sir, excuse me. So last questions I want to make, sir. Sir, I'm from Nepal.
Okay.
So in the context of our country, from this year, government of Nepal is going to implement this integrated curriculum.
That's good, sir.
From this year.
Fine.
Government is going to, but it's not been implemented till now. Government is going to do it. So in this context, since long we were habituated with this traditional teaching model. Paper, pencil test.
Yes.
Then after percentage, result, scoring, first, second, third, roll number, hierarchical based classrooms, 45-minute bell. So from this year, we are going to switch to quite new and integrated teaching methodology.
That's a good thing.
So, on the base of today's interaction from beginning, so can I get the comment on this teaching methodologies, how these all in this situation, how we can bring these all in a smooth way?
Yeah. Sir, I would like to say something. See, all these things, actually what we do in India is we follow 5 E's methodology, that is constructivism approach, and we try to incorporate all these things in the lesson plan. So that is the approach we have in India. I think that would be better if that is taken to Nepal, or some other better ideas on that. And syllabus should be minimal, and child should be encouraged to go deep into the concepts and explore so many things. So these 2 things are taken care, I think it can be done.
So, and in a meanwhile, so just I have a questions on this. So as I said that since long we are based on this traditional teaching model. But very soon we are going to switch on this integrated teaching model from this year, from class 1 up to class 3, the integrated curriculum going to be implemented. So in this situation, how this scoring, grade, results, and then after this grade teaching can be managed? So, so what are the experiences? What are the so
here in India for lower classes we have different streams. So one is general education, where the conventional teaching is done and children score, the tests are conducted and children are promoted. And there also we have some project projects or CCE activities we call. So that is given to the child, and weightage is given to that activity also. That's one conventional. And we have Montessori way of learning, that is totally hands-on and minds-on. And we have one more in India, in government schools, they have Nali Kali system in Karnataka, where so many activities are there. The playway method is implemented, and we allow children to learn at his or her their own pace, and self-assessment and marking. So that is how the assessment is done there. So I don't know how the government bodies or the experts in Nepal are thinking about this aspect. But something will emerge, something good will happen definitely.
So thank you. Amar sir, can I respond to your query?
Yeah, sure. I was expecting, sir. Thank you.
tomorrow we are doing the integrated lesson plan, how it is and why it is, and things like that.
Okay.
So, but since you have already asked, if you ask me, I have been practicing this integrated way of teaching since 1986.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And I had been advocating this throughout my career, and I have implemented. I've been a great teacher.
Okay.
So there are a lot of things that involve in succeeding or making great this integrated teaching a success.
Yeah.
I mean, in the present setting, the way that we have the physical classroom, we have to change everything.
Yeah.
But even without changing the physical classroom, we can always integrate. That's my point, because there are different kinds of schools in Nepal.
Even the mindset also.
Yeah, even the mindset. So
even the mindset.
And all our work from Smart Minds is to empower the teachers.
Definitely, so nice.
To go beyond the book. So if somebody can go beyond the book, that definitely comes to integration. So tomorrow we'll be talking more about it. Maybe we can talk one-on-one basis. If you have queries, then we can actually to really understand integrated teaching. It a long time. Actually, in one session tomorrow, you might just get a kind of a little glimpse only. But if you really want to practice or train your teachers, we can have longer sessions for them.
So nice. Thank you, sir, for the information.
And if you really want to watch a video on my interview, when the government wanted to bring this integrated curriculum and in practice, ABC Television had interviewed me. And if you want to see that video, I can send you, sir.
Sure, nice, sir. So please, sir, please.
I have given my whatever I have been practicing, but it was a 30-minute interview. That also is not enough, actually. But I tried to explain. So
please, whatever the experience you had, whatever the experience you did, so please let's share on this.
Okay. So and actually, all the training program, I think yesterday I told, all the training program that we do from Smart Minds is ESD based integrated. It's not only integrated, it's ESD based integrated.
Parsuram sir.
Yes, sir.
Parsuram sir. Sorry, I want to make a small question to Pradeep sir.
Okay.
As well as you also. So, so whatever the discussion we made today, it was very nice, so nice, and it was mind blowing. It blew my mind, and it helped me to think in a different way to take the class ahead in a creative way. So, if I say you to share this PPT to us, to me. So is it possible, sir? Can I
in different way we can send it, sir. I think I'll discuss this with Purnima madam and we'll do that.
Please, sir. So because this can be the great resources for you.
Maybe the list of activities can be shared.
Yes, sir. Please, we expect the link from you, sir.
For all the participants. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Sir. Thank you very much.
If you all wait for a few minutes, maybe I am just looking for that video in the YouTube.
Sure, sure. We'll be waiting, sir.
So
I'll end my session with this quote. So learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. So this is the famous quotation from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, former Indian president. So with this note, I would like to thank all participants. Thank you very much, and wait for Parshuram sir's presentation.
I'm just going through the thing, and
I'll close my presentation.
Yeah. So may I request in the meantime, Lakshman sir to just give a wrap up note for today's session, sir. Lakshman sir. Yeah. Or Kamal sir. Kamal Thapa sir or Lakshman sir. Wrap up note. Yeah, Lakshman sir, thank you. Yes. Please, I'm just going through the YouTube just to find out where it is.
So before wrap up, I have a question. Please clear my doubt.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So my question is like that: is this able to improve the critical thinking of a person? Is there any possibility?
Yeah. So critical thinking is a very important skill we need to address in the day-to-day transaction. And one of the best tools we have is questioning. So through inquisitive questions, we can arouse curiosity and develop critical thinking. At each stage, we have to ask why, how, what if, such things, and facilitate interaction in the class. So that is my answer. And as a teacher, we can plan a set of few questions that we need to ask in the class in advance so that you will have more clarity on what type of questions to ask.
Okay, and thank you so much. I have just put on the thing in the chat box, the link. So Vinod sir, can you just do a little wrap up for today's session? Then we wrap up and end it up.
So thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So we had
sir, can you just introduce yourself, where you work and where you come from?
Yes, sir.
Can you just introduce a little bit?
So hello everyone, I'm Vinod Adhikari from Ankuram Academy, Bharatpur, Chitwan, Nepal. I am a teacher of mathematics. I have been teaching mathematics for almost 25 years, and still I'm teaching the kids. I love teaching kids because they are innocent and I love them. And let me come to today's session. We had a session from Pradeep sir. It was wonderful session. So we learned a lot of things about this multiple intelligence and collaborative learning system, as well as forces about that one. And it was really good. And the more thing is that we had a conversation session in the middle, and we came to know the ideas from different teachers, different persons, and so we got a lot of things from here. Thank you very much for this one, and we hope that in the days to come also we can have a lot of such sessions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Pradeep sir. Thank you, Vinod sir. Thank you, Lakshman sir, because your mic was not working. But tomorrow, I think you have to be ready, sir. So tomorrow, it's good that we are here, at least 20 people, and there's many people left. But it's good to be at the end because a lot of things happen in the informal session, more than formal.
True.
So a lot of doubts and a lot of questions can come, and we are always there to. I mean, we don't say now it's time and we will just wrap up. No, not like that. As long as you are there, we are there. So because we have to all work together towards fulfilling the sustainable development goals that will make the earth, our common home, happier and better and more healthier. So tomorrow we'll be talking more about. I'll be talking on sustainable development goals and education for sustainable development, environmental education, and its integration will be done by Neelam ma'am. So a lot of things are now in sequence because yesterday we talked about a little bit of experiential thing. Now today it was elaborated. So there we talked a little bit about integration. Tomorrow we'll be doing more about integration. Yeah. So we'll elaborate on integration tomorrow, and Neelam ma'am is going to do it very elaborately. We work in a team, and all our training programs, as I told you, is integrated. So Amar sir, if you have any doubts on what integration actually is, I have just put on the video and you can have a look and maybe
Thank you, sir. I got it.
Give me a feedback tomorrow, and I have also left my Facebook ID, and you can connect. You can connect there.
Your Facebook ID is here, link, sir.
Yeah, I have just put it, and if you want to have one more, I can just,
so please, sir, it will be. I will be very grateful to have that, sir.
Yeah. Okay,
so please, sir, please.
Yeah, and just we can connect and we can discuss.
Definitely, I'll do it soon, sir.
Okay, so I'm putting it here. So here, many of us are already connected actually, but I want more connection because networking and connectivity is the one of the things that we can always improve because we already told communication. So unless we communicate, we will not learn. So let's be connected, let's be communicative. So it's there already given. So with this, I thank all of you. I think now people are hungry and they are going to the kitchen now. And some of you may have to cook, especially all the people here, especially ladies, you may have to cook. Thank you so much for being with us.
But anyway,
so tomorrow we'll meet at
sir, but anyway, so little bit metaphor. I want to add some metaphor. Hunger, it increased our hunger today because of today's session.
Yes, knowledge for hunger.
My hunger.
Yeah, knowledge
that
for
should
hunger.
be there always.
And then after Pradeep sir, so at last when you were winding up the questions, you said to put any questions, any doubt out there. Lots of question was coming in my mind to strike. It was striking lots of question. It raised on me. So definitely, sir, the day when I get all the questions, so again on that day, I'll be more thankful, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's great. It just blew, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for this.
Thank you very much.
Special thank to Parsuram, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I'm always there, and we all have to work in a team because we're all connected digitally. The world is no more. The world is no more very big. It's a very small ball. So
definitely, sir.
The whole world is connected. So we can always share our ideas. I'm always there to share my ideas.
It's a great time to meet with your team, sir. Thank you very much.
No, we are working and we are increasing the team. So
Okay,
tomorrow we'll be talking, and the next day will be Pradeep, Akhila ma'ams. So as I told you, if you have any questions about your, if you have any children with learning disabilities, if you have face any problem, you can always, today you can think of your kids, and tomorrow you can put it in the chat box so that Akhila ma'am will have enough time to address those things.
Thank you, sir.
Because there may be so many problems coming in. So although she will be talking a little bit of theory, but more of practice and what she did and what should be done to rectify some of the issues seen in the children. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Have a nice time and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.